morning. My name is Dana, and I'm going to be teaching an hour flow. It's going to be this morning a low side body focused, hopefully juicy flow. So let's get started with finding a comfortable seat, moving the flesh away from the sits bones. And as you root down through those sits bones, lengthen up the side body, relax the shoulders, lengthen the back of the neck, keep the throat soft, and feel free to close your eyes. And as you close your eyes, focus in on the breath, relaxing the inner corner of the eye, relaxing the outer corner of the eye, and letting the skin just smooth over the cheekbones, relaxing the area around the ear and the jaw. Make sure the lips are parted. There's space between the upper teeth and lower teeth. The root of the tongue is plump, while the tip of the tongue is resting behind the upper teeth of the hard palate. The chest is broad, sacrum slightly forward. We focus in on the breath. Just allowing it to move in through the softened nostrils, through the softened throat, feeling the ribs expand, stretching the intercostal muscles between each rib, filling the belly. And as you exhale, feel the breath move out with ease. Delicious ease, just let it go. And as you continue to focus in on the breath, just take your awareness to spaces inside your body, any place where you might be holding tension, or it might be slightly tight from overexertion and maybe exercise or whatnot. And send the breath to those areas. And just as you send the breath, focusing, let's say, on the hip flexor or the quad, just breathe, exhale, and let that exhale just move any tension out of the body into the earth. And keep the throat soft and the root of the tongue plump. Just continue to breathe deeply, relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the arms. But as the arms are relaxed, the tips of the shoulder blades are drawing down the back body, you're lifting up the side trunk. In a previous class, I talked about energy looping, closing a loop of breath, prana, through movement of the breath through the ground and catching it when we're in our downward facing dog. So today we're going to do some energy looping breath exercise that I hope you enjoy. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to inhale, and on the inhale we're going to imagine the breath moving up the front body. And as you exhale, you're going to exhale the breath down the back body. Let it travel underneath you, and then inhale. Inhale it up the front body, and then again exhale it down the back body. So it's like you feel this, it's like a force field of energy through your breath around your body, okay? So you're going to incorporate your Ujjayi breath. That means you're going to be lengthening the breath by closing off epiglottal area, area of the throat. So you're breathing with sound, sort of like the sound of the ocean. So it's going to be very calming, but to feel the breath traveling up and traveling down adds a component to the breath that is delightful and very calming. So anyway, again, comfortable seat. If you need to change the cross of your legs, go for it. Rooting down, lifting up. And you're going to take your breath, you're going to inhale up the front body, And exhale it down the back body. Inhaling up the front body. Exhaling it down the back body. Inhaling it up the front. Exhaling it down the back. So you're visualizing, continue visualizing the breath moving up, feeling it travel from the root all the way over the pubic bone, up the belly, up past the diaphragm, over the chest, along the neck, up to the crown of the head, and exhaling it down the back of the head, over the neck, over the shoulder blades, down the mid-thoracic, down toward the buttocks, and then inhaling again all the way up. So take a few more breaths just like that, focusing in on that loop of energy, yourself contained within it. Two more breaths. One more breath. Nice. Open your eyes up, bring your hands to your heart center. We're going to Om together to continue our class. So you're going to take an exhalation and then inhale to Om. Bow your head. If you have an intention for this class, you can set it now. If I dedicate your practice to somebody, you can hold them in your heart. Good. Release your hands to your thighs, eyes open. Good morning. Hello. We're going to come onto our backs. And we're just going to lay ourselves down, stretch our arms overhead, and walk your stretch. Like I said, we're going to be working on the side body this morning. Some soft movements, and hopefully just getting into some juicy points. So walking your stretch, lengthening the side body. Oh. Good. Sweep the arms to the knees. Bring the knees into the chest. Circle the ankles. And then circle the ankles in the other direction. Hands on the knees. Circle the knees. Take your time. You're massaging the lower back. Just waking up the body here. And then change direction of those little knee circles. Good. Bring your arms into a T. You're going to do those circles again, but without using your hands. So stir the pot. 2 spoons together. Bigger circles this time. Keeping the knees together. Making big circles. And then reverse the direction of those knee circles. take the knees wide and just gently rock side to side. Massaging the glutes, IT band a little bit, opening up the belly here. Exploring, seeing what you feel this morning. Good, then we're going to bring the soles of our feet together, coming into our Baddha Konasana. So soles of the feet together, knees are wide, just like gravity, help gently open up the groins, open up the hip flexors. But we're going to add a little bit of a lateral movement here. So you're going to walk your body over to the left side, and your arms could be in cactus. And just breathe here. So we're stretching the right side body. Belly is soft, relaxing the shoulders. Maybe you press the backs of the hands and the arms into the mat so that you can feel more broadness through the front body. Breathing deeply, keeping the throat soft. It's a little gentle wake up stretch here. Breathing into the groins, into the hip flexors, letting gravity help draw those knees closer to the ground. And then you're going to come back through center and go to the second side. So walk your bodies, the upper body over to the opposite side, arms in cactus, and begin to focus on the sensations inside your body. What feels different maybe between this left side and the right side? Maybe nothing. What feels different in the belly? Right shoulder, left shoulder. Press the hands down, the backs of the hands, the backs of the arms, broadening the front body. A little bit more active here, but keep the throat soft. Gaze soft. And just feel what you feel. And then come back through center. Good. Bring the knees into the chest. As you exhale, bring your head and shoulders up off the mat. And then head and shoulders back. We're going to keep hold of this left leg and extend the right long. Reach the right arm overhead as you pull the left knee closer to your chest. Back of the neck is long. Just one long stretch here, trying to get this right side body as long as possible and the bent knee as close to the chest as possible. Good, and then bring the opposite knee in. As you exhale, bring the head and shoulders back up off the mat. Pressing the mid-thoracic, lower back into the mat, and then head and shoulders back. We're going to switch sides, so extend that left leg long, pierce the ground with the heel. So very active leg there. Bringing the right knee to the chest, left arm overhead. And this Urdhva Hastasana side of the body, this Tadasana side, get it as long as possible as you move this hip away. Feel the shift of the hips there. Bringing the right knee closer to the chest, very active inner line of the leg. And then release, bring both knees into the chest, exhale, head and shoulders up off the mat. Again, head and shoulders back. So we're going to now add just a little bit. So you're going to extend the right leg long, and we're going to come into half happy baby, Ananda, Ardha Ananda Malasana. So you're going to hold on to the outer edge of the foot. Base of the foot is trying to be parallel to the ceiling. This leg is your Tadasana leg, so you're piercing the ground with the heel. You're lengthening the inner line of that leg as you draw this left knee closer to the ground. Right arm can go overhead as it was before. And just feel what you feel. Maybe you rock side to side, maybe you move this knee, maybe you stir the pot using the base of the foot as the tip of the spoon. If you're stirring, stir it in the other way. Or if you're just holding, press the foot into the hand as you pull the foot down. Good. Now we're going to take this left foot, we're going to cross it into the right hip crease, hold on to the foot with the right hand, and extend the left arm overhead. So now we're going to feel some delicious length through this, the left quad, the IT band, as you draw the knee more in line with the opposite knee. Stretching the left side body, arm overhead. Lengthening, stretching those fingers from the knee all the way to the tips of the fingernails. Growing. Oh, that feels so good. All right, and release. Bring the knees into the chest. Keep them wide, and as you exhale, bring the head and shoulders up off the mat. And then head and shoulders back. We're going to do that again because it just felt so darn good. So bring the head and shoulders up off the mat. You're pulling down on the knees. And then head and shoulders back. And because I like to do things in threes, it's my daughter's favorite number, up you go as you exhale. Pulling the knees down, lifting the chest off the ground. And then head and shoulders back. We're going to go to the second side. So extend the left leg long. And we're going to come into that half happy baby. Ardha Ananda Balasana, second side. So again, you're going to be holding onto the outer edge of the foot. The sole of the foot's parallel to the ceiling. As you pull down on the foot, you're pushing the foot up, pulling on or pushing into the hand. And draw that knee closer to the ground. Opposite arm can go up. Thumb touches the ground. And you can stir the pot, get into the muck of the hip. And just feel what you feel. You're not trying to get anywhere, but I don't know, maybe a little bit more awareness of what you're feeling. As we move our bodies, it's like, oh, that's a little tight. Or, oh, I didn't know I could do that. Anyway, so now bring that foot into the left hip crease. Hold on to the foot with the left hand. Drawing the knee down. Lengthening that right side body. Stretching the quad and the hip flexor. And reach the other arm overhead. Stretching that right side body. I think this feels yummy. I hope you think it feels yummy too. But very active, drawing that whole, the femur bone away, as if you were going to grow the knee toward the left foot. Good, and release. Bring the knees into the chest as you exhale, head and shoulders up off the mat. And now head and shoulders back. We're going to bend the knees, and I want you to drop the left knee over to the side, and we're going to cross the right over it. And then just feel what you feel. Arms can be in cactus, they can be easy resting, but we're trying to open up the belly. You're going to probably feel a stretch on the IT band of this right leg. The foot is planted. The belly is soft. And now interlace the fingers behind the occiput because you know how much I love to do core. Temp the fingers up, press the elbows back so the chest feels nice and broad. And as you exhale, pump it up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Head and shoulders back. Bring the knees into the chest and stir the pot. 2 spoons, nice and broad. And now stir the pot in the other direction. We're still just warming up here. And knees are bent. Drop the right knee over to the right side and cross the left over. And live here for a while. Just see what this feels like. Breathe into any place where you're feeling any type of tension. You know, maybe you keep the leg, the foot on the thigh. Maybe it stays here. But if you can, bring it to the other side so we get a little bit more rotation through the hip. Broaden the belly. chest is nice and broad, breathing with ease. Maybe your arms are in cactus. Maybe you've crossed in the opposite direction, easy resting position, opposite arm in front. Whatever works for you, as you just breathe into the stretch and allow your body to open. Patience. Now then, interlace the opposite finger on top, tent those fingers up, push the elbows back, keep the chest broad, the throat soft. As you exhale, pump it up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, head and shoulders back, unwind. Bring the wide knees into the chest. As you exhale, head and shoulders up off the mat, back into that earlier position. Press it down, and then bring the head back to the mat. And we're going to pulse it up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, head and shoulders back. Extend the legs long, arms overhead. Walk your stretch. Good. From here, we're going to roll to our side. Doesn't matter what side. Just, I imagine you need to roll toward me so that you can see what I'm going to do. And cradle your head in your hand. Then you're going to take this, so I'm on my left side right now, so my right knee is bent. My left foot is flexed, and I'm just going to lift the leg up off the ground. And I'm going to pulse it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right? Now we're going to extend both legs long. And you're going to come down so that your ear is on your forearm. The right hand is in front of me, so I've got like a bit of a kickstand. I'm going to flex both of my feet so my legs are very active, and I'm going to pulse the legs up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Now comes a real fun challenge. Interlace all but the pointer fingers overhead, and we're going to bring our legs off the ground and eventually our arms off the ground. So you're going to be in this really wonderful balance of a half moon. So when you're ready, lift the legs up and then lift the arms up and just hold it. Feel the energy moving through your body from the heels to the tips of the fingers, holding it here, holding steady, breathing with ease, smiling, I hope, as you just enjoy what your body can do when you put your mind to it. Hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice, release. Oh my goodness. Roll onto your back and walk your stretch. I'm going to move so that I can do the other side and still face you. So we're going to go to the second side now. So however you wish to get there. But cradle your head in your hand. You're going to bend the top leg. Excuse me, bend the top leg. You've got dorsiflexion through the extended leg foot. And also make sure that the inner line of the extended leg, you're lengthening it. So you're not sickling the foot. You're reaching the moon of the big toe and the moon of the inner heel away from you. So it's very active. And then go ahead, pulse the leg up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Lay it down, dorsiflexion through both feet, and pulse it up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5,
4, 3, 2, and 1. Now comes the challenging part. So enjoy the journey. If you roll onto your back or you roll onto your belly, no worries. Just get back up and give it another try. So lift the legs up and then lift the arms up and breathe. Enjoy. Feel the energy from those heels rolling, this half moon. It's kind of like a cantaloupe, banana shape, all the way to the tips of the fingers. So you feel your belly button pulling back, hugging the quads to the bone, lifting up and holding it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Come on to your backs again. Bring the knees into the chest, hands on the knees, stir the pot. And then stir the pot in the other direction. Good. And rock and roll up to a sitting position. I'm going to face you. So again, continue with the outer leg. I want you to bring the right knee forward, nestle the left knee behind it, walk the feet out, and then sit yourselves down. So we're going to come into a Gomukhasana, cow face pose with the legs. So this is the cow nose. These are the cow ears. You get it? We're not going to do the arm position for right now because what I would like us to do is to focus in and be able to use our hands to brace ourselves as we come forward. So as we come forward, the idea is to keep the trunk long, not curving and rounding to bring the nose to the knee. It's to bring the chest long, and it's early. We haven't really done many forward folds yet, or any forward folds this morning. So I want you to do a very gentle forward sit. So allowing the sits bones to kind of travel back as you bring your body just slightly forward, and just feel what you feel. Because if I'm not mistaken, chances are you're feeling something. I know I am already. But just breathe into the sensation, keeping the chest broad. The shoulder blades are coming toward the front rib cage, so you get this feeling that you're getting broader through the front chest. Throat stays soft, back of the neck is long. Is yummy the word that's coming to mind right now? I think so. Just let it melt, the tension, the stress. I hold a lot of tension in my hips. So this is a challenge, and it's a thing of beauty. Slightly ugly, if I can be quite frank and honest here, because it does just hit all those points for me. But I'm not afraid. I must embrace all of this to gain strength, awareness, continue the dialogue within myself so that I can bring my full self to whatever happens to be going on. All right, then inhale, sitting up. So this top leg, for me, it is my, that's my right leg. I'm going to move to the right. So I'm going to lift my body up. I'm going to turn myself around, turn, and if all goes well, we should end up in our Gomukhasana leg, second side. Make any minor adjustments that you need to. If that didn't work for you, then sit yourself down and reposition yourself as if we had gone into it the first time. So if I were to do that, I would come forward, so now my left knee is beyond my right's nestled behind, I walk my feet away, and then sit myself down. so that my sits bones are hopefully evenly pressing into the mat. And breathe. Enjoy the sensation. And once you're settled, then you're going to bring your hands down and ease your trunk forward. No curving of the spine. Just see what happens as you lengthen the spine forward. See how things shift through the hip, how things stretch through the IT band. Hopefully your throat is soft. You're not gritting your teeth. Back of the neck is long. You're relaxing the area behind the ear. And hold a lot of tension there as well. And breathe. Just imagine all that tension, whatever you're holding on to, let it melt into the mat. Let it melt into the earth. The earth can take it. It can take it. Energy is energy. Good. Then inhale, come up and unwind those legs, bring them forward and shake it out. Good. Go ahead, rub the legs, rub the knees, lower leg, tops of the feet. Good. And we're going to come into our Dandasana. So our Dandasana is our staff pose. So move the flesh away from the sits bones. You're rooting down through the sits bones and you're reaching out through the heels, trying to get as much of the flesh to the back of the leg on the mat as possible. You've got dorsal flexion through the feet and you're spreading those toes. So here we're going to, again, bring our bodies forward. We're not going to go to our max. We're just going to continue to keep the body long as we reach our chest forward. Tuck the chin slightly so that you know the neck is an extension of the spine. We don't want it arching over back or coming forward in this particular position. Let the sits bones travel back behind you. So remember I talked about two roads. We're always moving in opposite directions in yoga. So as my sits bones are traveling back and my body's traveling forward, I'm reaching the heels forward while I'm drawing the head of the femur bones back. There's a lot going on here. And the inner line of the leg, it's drawing down and it's also moving towards you. Good. And inhale, come up. Lovely. We are now going to want to get us onto our, we're going to come into our table. That's how we're going to get to it. So in your table position, toes are tucked under, fingers are spread like starfish. As you exhale, curve and round, take the spine up to the sky. And inhale, belly drops, head, tail, and shoulders come up. Again, exhaling, curving and rounding, press the hands down and forward, pubic bone toward the belly button. And inhale, belly drops, head, tail, and shoulders come up. As you exhale, look over the right shoulder, right hip forward. And then inhale through center. And as you exhale, switching sides. Good. Inhale through center. So now what we're going to do is we're going to come onto our bellies. And you're going to roll the shoulders back, a little Bhujangasana here. So the sacrum is moving toward the heels, shoulders toward the heels, elbows toward the heels, and crown of the head away. Lengthening, press the hands down, reach those toenails away from you. Nice. And then we're going to come onto our side body. So let me actually take my sweater off now that my fireplace is definitely heating. It's kind of cold here. So you're going to come onto your side body. And elbow is bent, the elbow is underneath the shoulder, the fingers are spread, again like starfish. If you need to, you can hold on to or press the opposite hand down on the hand that's on the ground. So we don't want you to let this hand be lazy, because you're going to be amortizing your weight from the tip of the finger to the elbow. And if this hand is being lazy, then you're missing part of the journey and kind of dumping into the elbow. And that's not good. So if you look down at your mat, you want to make sure that your body is in line with the long side of your mat. And feet are flexed. And we're going to count. We're going to lift the hips up to a count of 5, and we're going to drop them down to a count of 5. Okay? So again, if you need to, you can place the hand down and lift the hips up, or join me and hand on the side body, and up we go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on to your bellies. Stack your hands, bend the knees, and just windshield wiper those legs side to side. I haven't done that one in a while. I forget how wonderful it is. All right, hands underneath the shoulders, press yourselves up. You're going to switch sides. Maybe you just turn away because you know what you're doing. I need to turn this way so that I can see. All right, so again, look at your body on the mat. Make sure that you're parallel to the long side of your mat, as in not the feet forward or back. The elbow is underneath the shoulder. Hand is pressing down. You've got some internal rotation at the wrist. You've got some external at the bicep. Hand can be here, or place it on the side body. And as you go up, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, down, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, down, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, down, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last time, inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. On your bellies again. Hands underneath the shoulders. Roll the shoulders back. Bhujangasana. Exhale down. Bring your hands down by your hips, palms face down, forehead on the ground. Lift the legs up, and then lift the chest up. Maybe walk the fingers toward the other end of your mat. Maybe place your hands on your glutes and lift yourselves up even more. Hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come all the way down. Hands underneath the shoulders, tuck the toes under, lift the hips up, press up through your table, and back to your puppy pose. Breathing deeply in your puppy pose, stretching the sacrum back toward the wall behind you. Rolling the shoulders to the outer side body. And then inhale up through your table, and as you exhale, sweep the right leg to the outside of the right hand. You can come down onto your elbows. You can also come to the outer edge of the foot. You see that? So that you can get more into the muck of the hip. And go ahead and circle the hip in the socket. You can keep the back knee down or you can lift it up. Whatever helps you kind of get into your mojo a little bit more here. And breathe. Circle in the other direction. Good. Bring the knee down and go back to your puppy pose. Forehead on the ground, taking the hips back, shoulders to the outer side body. Breathing into the back body. And then inhale up into your table and sweep now the left foot to the outside of the left hand. You can come onto the outer blade of that left foot and come onto your elbows or stay up high. Again, the knee can be down or it can be up. Whatever helps you get into the muck of the hip as we kind of stir the pot here. Stirring the pot. Throat again is soft. As you do this self-exploration, what's going on in the hip, in the shoulders, in the elbows? Good. Bring the knee down. Step back to your puppy pose again. Reach the hands forward, come up onto the finger pads, roll the shoulders to the outer side body. Keep reaching the hips back. And then plant the hands, inhale up through your table, exhale, cat bow. Drop it all the way down, roll the shoulders back, Bhujangasana. Exhale all the way down, tuck the toes under, lift the hips up, press up through your table, and back to your puppy pose. Good, and come up through your table. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do some mountain climbers. So you're just going to sweep the right foot to the outside of the right hand. You're going to lift the back knee off the ground. And then you're going to sweep that leg back. And then just bring the knee down and sweep the opposite forward. Just feeling the stretch. We're only doing that one once. Make sure the back toes are tucked under, back to your plank. And then right foot forward, dropping the hip, and step it back to your plank. Left foot forward, drop it down, and then step back to your plank. You get it. So foot forward and back. Forward and back. Forward and back. Using your core, take it back and forward and back and forward and back. One more time each side. Forward and back. Forward and back. Press it to your dog. Shake the head in the no direction and in the yes direction. Take your feet as wide as your mat. Excuse me. Right hand's going to grab for the left ankle, twisting to look underneath the armpit. And then bring that hand down and switch sides. Coming back through center. We're going to take it back to our plank. So from our plank, we get to come into our Vashisthasana. So stack the feet, draw back on the bowstring. So here we go. Enjoy. Lift the hips up. Maybe you take the arm overhead. Keep arching those hips up to the sky. And then go back to your dog. Maybe walk your dog before you move to the second side. So move to the second side now. So coming forward into your plank, rolling over, stacking the feet. Modification, foot can come down in front. This kickstand position that we started in earlier. Draw back on the bowstring. Nice, open side plank. Then maybe you take the arm overhead, arching, taking the hips up to the sky, even more like you've got a cloud. It's just lifting, lifting up. Good, bring that hand down and step back to your dog. Shake the head in the no direction, and in the yes direction. Good, walk your hands back towards your feet. Inhaling halfway, exhaling, folding forward. Grab your elbows, pardon me, and let yourself just fall forward. But while you're falling forward, remember the inner line of the leg is drawing, it's drawing back behind you, and it's also rooting down. So you feel some nice spread through the hips and the lower back. Good, land the hands, inhale halfway. As you exhale, bring your hands to your hips, and inhale, bring it all the way up. Good, okay. So now what we're gonna do, I'm bending down because you can't see my head, is we're going to come into a figure four stand. So root down through the right foot, bring the left knee off the ground, and then cross it over. Hands at your heart center, and go ahead and sit yourselves down. So your elbows are on your maybe knee and foot. Sit the hips down even lower. And breathe. Just enjoy wherever you are. Maybe your hands are down on the ground. That's fine. Maybe your hands are here. Maybe you decide that you want to interlace the fingers behind the back and bring the arms overhead. Whatever feels right as you basically try and find some semblance of this shape. Good, now where we're going to go from here is we're going to go into an eagle leg. So sweep that top leg around, hook it, left under right, lift the elbows up. That was my stomach gurgling, if you heard it. Holding your eagle for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Unwinding. And go ahead, let's take your feet into a goddess stance. So toes are pointing out, heels in, and drop yourselves down. So wash the slate clean before we move to the second side. So here's our horse stance. Okay, good. Now we're going to move to the second side. So weight into the opposite foot. For me, I'm going to lift my left knee off the ground, and I'm going to cross. So I've got this figure 4. And again, my right leg is slightly bent, so I can stay in the frame. And go ahead, bend the standing leg even more so that you can maybe land your elbows on a leg. Drop the hips as much as you can. And breathe. Relax the shoulders, the throat is soft. Again, maybe the hands are down here. That's delicious too. But make sure that this knee is tracking over the middle toe. We don't want it moving outward or inward. So we need the stability here. Lovely. Okay, so you know where we're going to go. We're going to go from here into an eagle leg. So wrapping, and now right under the left. Lift those elbows up. Chest is broad, pushing the elbows together to get more broadness through the chest. Sitting yourself down. And we're going to hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Unwinding. Again, going back into that horse stance. We'll add our goddess arms in just a moment. Rock the hips side to side. Before we do our goddess, let's go ahead and bring the hands down. Make the feet parallel and then shift the hips side to side. Oh, that's really yummy. All right, heels in, toes out, hands on your thighs, drop those hips down, and now lift the hands up, coming into your goddess mudra. Broaden the chest, and draw those arms back. Chest is nice and broad now. And pulse the hips down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Elevate the heels off the ground. Whoopsie. Hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the heels down. Hands land, heels out. Inhale, flat back. And as you exhale, let yourselves fall forward. Maybe you can grab for the big toe with both hands. Inhale, flat back. Exhale. Elbows up, shoulders up toward the ceiling. Let the head hang. Hug those quads back through the hamstring. And then inhale, flat back. Turn the toes out and draw your body closer to the left leg. And then come back through center and draw your body over toward the other leg. And then come back through center, heel toe the feet together. We're going to come into a Malasana. So heels together, toes out. Drop yourselves down. And interlace your fingers or grab for your wrists behind and draw your bodies down closer toward the ground, closer towards your toes. Draw the shoulders away from the ears here. Good. Release. Come onto your bottoms and on to your backs with the knees bent. So from here, bring your knees into the chest. You can hold on to the knees. Exhale, bring your head and shoulders up off the mat. And then head and shoulders back. Plant the feet and let the knees drop over to the right side. As they drop to the right side, move your body over to the left, arms in cactus, and go back to that one of those first stretches that we started with. And just let yourself melt. You've done all the hard work here. Just feel how your body has reacted to the almost hour of deep diving into kind of juicy side work. Belly is soft. Throat is soft. And then bring the knees up. Move yourself back into the midline of your mat. Bring your knees into your chest. Head and shoulders up off the mat to straighten the spine. Wipe that slit clean. And then head and shoulders back. Plant the feet. Let the knees drop to the other side. And then walk your body away from those knees. And again, just let yourself fall into this position. Letting everything go. There's nothing to do here but just relax and soften into this shape. You on your mat. Just following the breath. Coming back through center. And bring your knees into your chest. As you exhale, bring your head and shoulders up off the mat. Getting as small as you can. Scrunching up the eyes. Tightening the arms. Tightening the belly. Tightening the thighs. Tightening everything on the legs. Scrunching your fingers into your skin. And then release your head back. Relax. Extend the left leg long, pierce the ground with the left leg. Do the same with the right. Robot arms, roll the shoulders under. Release the palms face up, relax the legs. And melt into your Shavasana. I'll call you back. As you relax the space between the brows. Relax the skin over the cheeks. Lips are slightly parted as you breathe. Throat is soft. Relax the right shoulder and the right arm. Relax the left shoulder, the left arm. Relax the chest. Soften the belly. Relax the right glute. Relax the right thigh and knee. Let the calf be heavy as the foot rolls out. Relax left glute and thigh. The left knee, let it be soft. Soften the calf. Let the left foot just roll outward.
Begin to bring your awareness deeper in the spaces of your bodies by deepening your breath, licking your lips and swallowing, and gently rock the head side to side. Begin to wiggle the fingers and toes and stretch the arms overhead, stretching long and tall from the tips of the fingers down the bottoms of the toes. And then bring one knee into the chest, giving it a hug. Bring the other knee in, giving both knees a hug. Appreciating your bodies for the magnificent gifts that they are to you and that you are to each one of us. And then let go of your knees and roll to your side. And while you're there with your eyes shut, think of 3 things you're grateful for today. And then keeping your eyes closed, press yourself up to a comfortable dynamic seat. And bring your hands together at your heart center in Anjali Mudra. We'll share our breath, so exhale. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. And as you exhale, bring your hands back to your heart center. Bow your head, excuse me, honoring yourself, your community, this tradition of yoga. Hands to the brow, signifying right thoughts. To the lips for right words. And to the heart for right actions. Namaste.